In today's video, we're making floating shelves for my buddy's YouTube studio. Let me show you how I did it. Are you good? Is this thing on? We're gonna use this birch plywood, and we're gonna essentially try and cut it all the way through so that the grain wraps all the way around. Instead of doing a 45-degree angle, we're gonna cut it at 46. That way, we know that it's gonna be a real tight fit, and we'll have a nice miter on the corners. So we're gonna make this 10 inches here. We're gonna use this here, Makita track saw. The track for the track saw has a veneer guard which helps with tear out. In order to fully utilize it, I have to spin this piece of plywood a whole bunch of times. It's pretty awesome. We got 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 2 1/4, so we're gonna make it 2 5/16. And right now I'm using the first cutoff as a support to keep the track flat for our next cut. And we gotta make more cuts and more cuts. And now we repeat the process until we have all the pieces for our floating shelves. My approach when cutting the lengths of these boards is to cut them at the same time. This creates more time efficiency, plus it makes sure that all the boards are gonna be the same length. I just find it easier this way. We're gonna have 2 shelves at 36 and 2 at 48. Now we have to make 8 end caps for the shelves.
We gotta make 4 more.
Here I'm just cutting spacers to go in between the shelves to create a little more rigidity. I forgot. I had to nip these corners off. This groove in the back down here to cover it, but the way I cut it, it's with the table saw, so it's round in there, not square. And those pieces of angle iron aren't round, they're square.
Oh!
What are we doing right now? We're doing assembly. So we're essentially gonna tape everything together and make sure everything fits.
I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here.
Attaching these supports on the inside with some glue and some nails makes it so I don't have to hide any nail holes.
Moment of truth. Does it fit?
Putting the nails on the top of the shelf makes it so they're easier to hide, which then creates the illusion of a solid board on your wall versus pieces of wood glued together, which gives these shelves the waterfall look, which is the grain flowing from the top all the way through the face to the bottom of the shelf. Here we have the finished shelves. We decided to go with a simple stain and clear coat finish. So we gotta make sure that the shelves, we know we're putting these because we put these supports in here for our floating shelves so we have a nailer wherever we want. Just gotta make sure we're gonna hit it. So now we gotta drill some holes in our floating shelf brackets. It looks crooked to me. Does it look crooked to you? Drives me crazy how persnickety I can be sometimes.
Is that a word?
Persnickety? Yeah. I think so. Sounds good, huh?
I like it.
I forgot. I had to nip these corners off. This groove in the back down here to cover it, but the way I cut it, it's with the table saw, so it's round in there, not square. And those pieces of angle iron aren't round, they're square. I'm not gonna hang on the edge of this thing, but you can definitely hang on it. That's a pretty nice wall. I mean, doesn't have no supports, no nothing, it's holding itself up. I'm happy with that. All right, so we got our floating shelves up, we got all the shiplap up, now all that's left is to paint.
Oh, man.
Is that cool? That works for you? To see the full build of the YouTube backdrop, be sure to check out this video here.